bill, which I think is very well placed before the House. And Honorable Speaker, this is a bill that actually gives meat to bone to Article 11 of the Constitution, because that already speaks about protecting, promoting, and defending our culture, but it doesn't give us the structure and the how to do that in a manner that actually ensures that all the cultures within our country are actually protected. Madam Speaker, the fact that as a nation we have a variety of cultures is actually a very good thing, because we are able to showcase the different aspects of who the people of Kenya are. And Honorable Speaker, just as a few members have already said, is that most of us who are city-born children, who have not had the opportunity to interact with our culture, we don't really understand, unless you had parents like mine who ensured that you knew about the traditional dances of Abagusi, the traditional liquor of Abagusi, and various other traditions. You will not be able to really interact with that. Honorable Speaker, and also, this is actually a very good coincidence, because I know you skipped statements, but my statements was actually alluding to an aspect of protecting some of the cultural sites that the people of Abagusi and especially Nyamira County has. For example, Honorable Speaker, we have a place in Manga Hills that is called the Engoro
Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the honorable member is out of order because he's telling us that we only look beautiful. Now we don't look beautiful.
Madam Speaker, because I don't want to.
Madam Speaker,
I thought we could address the first point of order. Honorable member for Emukuru, what do you have to say about that?
And I will address Mheshimiwa Milli's also point of order. I know what she is.
No. You cannot address a point of order when you have not heard it.
I will, Madam Speaker.
And what they do there is that they go,
I just want to
the
say
community,
that
they pray for their families,
when
and these are
you
some
look,
of the things
I
that
said
I'm actually seeking to
our
protect
women, our
and
ladies
to ensure that
look
it
even
is
more
preserved,
beautiful
so that even
when
our
they
children
dress
get
in
to
their
learn about
traditional
it.
dress. Just
Honorable
like
Speaker, the
our
other thing
men
that I
will
really
look
like
more
is that the
handsome
bill even
when
speaks
they
about our
dress
language.
in our cultural dresses. So, Madam Speaker, what I meant is, we are beautiful.
Chairman, order.
Our ladies are beautiful.
Order. We have another point of order by the Honorable Millie Odhiambo. Please take your seat. What is out of order, Honorable Millie Odhiambo?
Go out of your way.
Madam Speaker, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Madam Speaker, I'm just worried that the member seems to suggest that we should be coming to Parliament dressed, naked with just a small thing underneath. Because culturally, that's how we dress. We were naked with something underneath. Madam Speaker, is that really in order? Is that what we are implying? Our culture, we were half naked, Madam Speaker. The world is evolving, and that is part of culture. So are you suggesting that members should be coming to the House naked?
We do not want the size of skirts
Madam Speaker,
that was used to dance their traditional
we should be proud of our
to fade
culture.
away because it is not
And it doesn't
protected.
matter how
Or
that
even
culture
Honorable
looked
Speaker,
like. Whether we used to put on, and after all, Madam Speaker, when you look at the kinds of dressing that we have today.
But we do not want that to also disappear as well. Clause 10 speaks about compensation of people's culture. And on this particular one, I'm very interested and very keen on it. Because, for example, if you go to a wedding and people dance our Obokano from the Gusi community, I'd like to see a situation where royalties are actually paid back to the community. Or the Ribina dance, that for us, we use that dance when we are inviting rains to come to our community. Honorable Speaker, the other clause is clause 11, that speaks about exports and imports of products. Again, very interesting, and I'm very biased in terms of giving examples from my community, the Abagusi community, because we are famously known for the soapstone culture and different items that are made out of the soapstone. But this is something that has slowly disappeared. We are seeing a situation where it is now individuals who are doing the exports on their own, instead of actually having it being like a community thing that is being done, so that people out there know that when you get a salt shaker or a tot glass or a mug for drinking tea that is made out of soapstone, you know that this has come from the Gusi community. And if you can have a way of even ensuring that this is even engraved and the royalties are protected, then that will be a fantastic thing. The other clause, Honorable Speaker, is clause 18 that speaks of promotion of culture. And Honorable Speaker, this particular one, I just want to connect it with the Utamaduni Day. Because yes, we have Utamaduni Day, we have the national celebration, but for me, this is a celebration that should actually be devolved down to different communities. So that on this day nationally, we know that as the people of Kenya, we are all celebrating our specific culture. I also like the fact that we want to have cultural centers that mushroom out of having this particular bill in place, so that if you come to Nyamira County, or you go to Baringo, or you go to Kirinyaga, or you go to Samburu, there's a place where you can actually go and see that this is where people have managed to it's like a museum where you can be able to see different artifacts. In Nyamira, for example, Honorable Speaker, we have a restaurant that the owner of that restaurant has actually set aside one area where you can go into our traditional huts, you can see how the busa was being made, you can have an opportunity to eat our traditional vegetables, chinsaga, managu, you can be able to eat our traditional ugali, you can be able to see the setup of the Gusii families and how where the eldest son would stay in the homestead, and the younger sons and the wife and all that. But having said that, Honorable Speaker, about all the beauties of our culture that we can actually defend, for me, the one thing that I also want us to be very careful is the promotion of the retrogressive culture. And this we need to check the bill and confirm, which we will do, so that if there's any particular place that does not categorically speak about the retrogressive culture, then we can set that aside. Retrogressive in the sense of, for example, for us, the FGM practice. That is definitely not a culture that we would want to promote. So we have to be very careful to ensure that these cultures that are very retrogressive are not encouraged. Honorable Speaker, having said that, and so that I also save time for the other members, is that, yes, I really want us to celebrate this bill, but also I do not want this to be one of those bills that is just put on the shelf somewhere after its assent. My wish is that, and I know the majority party represented by Honorable Naomi is here and they can listen, is that the day that the President assents to this bill, that there's an actual celebration awareness at State House of all the cultures in this country alongside that signing of that bill, so that everybody in this country is aware that we do have a bill in place that is going to protect our culture. We don't want a situation where when you talk about the bill outside there and everyone asks you, when was that assented to? We don't have anything like that. So the awareness, the communication out there has to be extremely powerful so that everyone is really aware of that. And finally, Honorable Speaker, and I like that some of the concerns that we voiced here about Kenya not having a national outfit when we go for national functions or when our athletes represent us out there. At least at the Paris Olympics, we had some sort of a national culture that portrayed the Maasai culture that was worn out there. And it was very exciting that majority of the other participants from other countries actually recognized that Kenya has a beautiful outfit. I wish we could even